Hello Taurus, welcome to Quarter Moon Tarot and welcome to your reading. Today's reading is about some information the universe wants to send you. Let's look at what the universe wants to address for you, what it wants to tell you. What is it that universe wants to tell you? I mean, the theme of your reading, the theme of your message, the theme of the information. You've got the World card, Taurus. This is about reaching the end of something. Something is, ending in your life. You're reaching something is getting closed for you. You're reaching the end of the road of something. Let's see. Okay, let's see what these cards are about. So this is about your work, some routine pattern, some work you something you've been putting in a lot of effort, some kind of service you have been doing. Sagittarius sign and Saturn. This is you have been putting in lot of effort and lot of hard work into something, Taurus, and it's coming to an end. Okay, you worked very hard. You have been very, you've had high principle. You've been very, you've been morally upright. You have done the right thing. You've held up the ideals. You have been very sincere, dedicated, honest, and following all the principles of the rule book in this work. Again, for some of you, it could be an end to a certain profession or a certain job that you have been doing. Okay, and you're looking at switching jobs, and you feel, or some of you are feeling that I need to end this job and find another one. You are absolutely right. Whatever, you know you're not allowed to go stay any longer than this with this work you have been doing. Like I said, it could be a job, it could also be doing something for somebody. You've been looking after somebody, you have been putting a lot of time and effort into serving somebody, serving others, right? Maybe for whatever reason, you have been looking after someone, and you've done it with all your heart. You've done it, you've not complained at all. You've taken it as your duty, your humble duty, to serve someone. That is also coming to an end. It's almost the end of the road, Taurus. You cannot go for too long with whatever it is that you have been working very hard with. And it's like really nice that you have been so upright, followed all the principles, morals, values, ideals, and being so dedicated and honest in this service. Okay, so let's get you a card. And this was your destiny as well, to do this, and to do this, and only for this much time. It cannot go beyond this. That is for sure, Taurus. That is for sure. I've got this card. Speak your word into being. Okay, just let me get another one on this. This is a card of communication. Leave the past behind, detoxify. Okay, it has been something which has you have in this, you need to communicate exactly what you feel, what you think. Speak your heart and mind out in with respect to this. Okay, whatever you need to say, you have said whatever it is you needed to do, you have done. Now it's time to leave it very clearly. Leave the past behind and detoxify. There have been certain unpleasantness with this work, with this job, with this person. You need to leave that, get it out of your system by, whether you want to talk to somebody about it, just offload your feelings, lighten your heart, express what you want to express. But it's a good idea to detoxify and release whatever it is that you've been holding in your heart, the unpleasant aspects of it. Talk to somebody, write it down so that it leaves your energy body, your physical body, your heart, your mind, because it is over. There is nothing more left in this. You're virtually at the end of it, Taurus. You've reached the end of the road with this. Let's look at the tarot for this. You've done your karma, you've done your bit, you've done your duty. Nine of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Four of Cups. See, with cup cards over here, if you have been thinking of, not thinking of rather, this is when you started off with this. Okay, for some of you, if it's a job, right? If it's a job, it's your work, it's your profession. This was something, this was a dream come true. You wanted to do this. Okay, you wanted to be a part of this person's life. See, the two scenarios going in this. As a general reading, it has to have more than one, one connotation. So it is for those who are working, who've got a job, their job is ending. You've been serving somebody, you've been looking after somebody. Your whatever you could do for them, that is also coming to an end. So at a certain point in time, this was something you wanted to do. Okay, you wanted to do because it was this was something you felt. You used your time and money well for yourself, rather more than money. I think it's time. You knew that this was a good way to use your time and to look after somebody. Also, you wanted to spend your money on somebody and doing the best you could for them, right? And for those of you where it is about a job, it was really mentally very stimulating for you. It kept your mind sharp, it kept you on your toes. It was something, which was food for your brain. It was challenging, but you really liked the challenge. It brought new insights into you. It stimulated you your thoughts, sharpened your intellect, right? But soon, it became all of it wore off. All of it started wearing off. A sense of ennui, monotony, boredom, feeling a little stifled, feeling discontented. All of that started stepping in. And maybe that is the time you realize that it does not stimulate you the way it did. It did not make you happy the way it did. It wasn't a good way of spending your time, which you felt at one point in time it was. So slowly these things was probably coming to your mind that it's not making me feel any good. And that is the time, that is the indication when the soul tells us that yes, now whatever was there in this, it has come to an end. That is why you don't look forward to it. That is why it does not appeal to you anymore, because you've done all what you could. With the Hermit card over here, it's all about uh, looking at the next step for yourself. You also were you were a beacon of light to people you worked for, to the person you were serving, right? They saw you as a ray of hope, a bright ray of hope. They learned a lot from you. You were this hermit, you were this teacher, you were this guide to people you were looking after, people you were working for. They look at you with in a very good way. They look at you as someone who's wise, who's intelligent, okay, who leads by example, who's always there for everybody. A wise person always has solutions, always willing to work, always willing to do. Okay, so it has been, you have a very let's say, people look up to you, whether at place or whoever it is that you've been looking after. They really do look up to you. They really think, a lot of good things about you. Page of Cups, Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords. It's time to make a move and, go into new territory now, Taurus. I think you are pretty much clear in your head that this is not something you can continue with. This is not something you want to continue doing. You're very clear that this does not bring you any joy and happiness. And I think it is an inner knowing for you that staying on in this does not make you happy anymore. So it's time to really move on and not, look back at all. I think most of you do know that it's time to move on. So now there's no point debating. It's just time to really leave it and look for the next thing you for yourself. The Star card and the Wheel of Fortune. It's time to end a certain cycle and it's time to begin a new cycle. The challenging, the whatever the challenge you've been facing because of which you're calling this off, or you feel that this needs to end. So I mean, if you feel that you're calling it off because it has become very difficult, yes, by all means, call it off. If the calling off has come from the outside, then accept it and tell yourself that my journey was this much, my role was just this much. There's nothing more than this written for me as far as the karmic records go. So be hopeful, optimistic, keep your faith in something good coming your way, a new cycle starting for you. That is a better way of looking at this. But definitely, definitely, Taurus, it's ending for all of you. It has been very difficult at some part of it has been very, very challenging. This challenging phase is over. Maybe just the last bit of it became very, very difficult for you, but it's like over. Now you just need to move away. There is no more difficult time you need to look at, bear, or experience. Your bags are packed. You just need to pick up your bags and move out. You've done everything you could, and the other people have also done whatever they could. Like, if they have been posing challenges for you, making things difficult, they cannot make it any worse than what they've already done. Everyone's role is over. Nobody can do anything, neither you nor them. So if they have been challenging, they cannot be any more challenging. You need to move on. You need to move on. The equation has balanced. The karma has been cleared. The scales have been balanced. Move on. Look at something good coming your way. Stay hopeful. Even if you feel that what is coming up, something is coming up. Those of you who know what you need to move on to, all by all means, proceed with it. Go ahead without losing any time. Those of you who feel that what is coming next for me, stay hopeful. Something is coming your way. A new cycle is starting for you, Taurus. Okay, so with that, I'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching.